Dozens of nations have signed a joint declaration seeking open and ethical artificial intelligence development. Signatories of that document meeting at the AI summit in Paris include China, France, Germany and India. But notably absent are key industry players, the US and the United Kingdom. And more, we're joined by Ross Cullen live from Paris. Ross, what's behind America's and Britain's resistance to signing that declaration at the Paris AI summit?
Well, Highway Sue, certainly if that is formally confirmed by the United Kingdom and the United States that they have no interest in signing this declaration, it would be an embarrassment for the French president, the host president, Emmanuel Macron, who has been speaking here in the Grand Palais in the centre of the French capital on the second and closing day of the AI Action Summit. We did hear from JD Vance, the US Vice President, a little bit earlier on, and he did say, quote, excessive regulation of the AI sector could kill a transformative sector just as it's taking off. And that seems to be one of the key American sticking points over the joint declaration about this super kind of regulation, the regulatory framework that people want to bring in AI, saying that that could really stifle creativity and could kill a transformative sector, in the words of JD Vance. The United Kingdom has not sent its top representative, Sir Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister. Its Technology Secretary, Peter Kyle, is here instead. And Emmanuel Macron has also added that he believes that some countries may not sign the declaration today, but they could add their names at a later date.
Ross, the issue over regulation. So EC Chief Ursula von der Leyen, she has announced a refreshed AI strategy that does not remove regulations, but in her words, simplifies regulations.
Yeah, it's all about the regulation and governance. That really are two of the key subjects at this year's AI summit, trying to see if there can be any form of achieving a global consensus on the way forward for this technology, or if it's already developed and been deployed too far to be able to implement a regulatory framework. Ursula von der Leyen gave a keynote speech as well, just following after the United States Vice President. She also announced this Invest AI, this new European AI fund with more than $200 billion worth of funds being directed towards AI infrastructure building, new gigafactories in the European Union, for example. She also did say, quote, we want AI, to be a force for good and to be a force for growth. We are doing this through our own European approach based on openness, cooperation and excellent talent, but our approach still needs to be supercharged. And something I did notice in her speech at the very start of it, Wei Su, she said, Ursula von der Leyen, that I have heard that some people think we are late to the party, saying that some people think Europe needs to catch up. Well, on Monday, the host president, in his evening address, Emmanuel Macron, did say exactly that he thought Europe was behind. Europe needed to have a jolt of energy to play catch-up, particularly to China and the United States in their dominance of the AI development market at the moment. So there was a nod there to Emmanuel Macron, who in the front row was smiling whenever Ursula von der Leyen made that comment that she thought that Europe wasn't, in fact, late to the party. And there was still time for European firms to play catch-up. We have had lots of different dignitaries here. You mentioned the fact that India have signed the declaration. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, is having talks this afternoon with Emmanuel Macron, one-on-one bilateral talks, and then the two men are also joining some 30 business leaders from India and France at a CEO forum to try to drive more investment between India and France, especially when it comes to artificial intelligence.
Oh, thanks for that, Ross. That's Ross Cullen, the very latest from the AI summit in Paris.